Hi, welcome to the channel. It's time to do an update on my Aldi hiking trainers, and it is time to say goodbye to them. Now, I got these, I think they were probably last year in Aldi. They were pretty good value for money. I'll put the full price up on screen, and I've now used them for over 200 miles of tracked walking, and I've worn them casually an awful lot as well. So probably another 20 to 30 miles of just casual wandering in them as well. So they've done a reasonable amount of mileage, and I'm happy now that I'm going to retire them. Although, in honesty, they could carry on going, but I'm going to try and do it from a kind of perspective of like with the average walker, sort of give up with these shoes by now. I think if you were just pounding concrete, you would keep going with them. But if you want to do any kind of hiking off trail and stuff, there's enough tread going now to say that these are past their best. So my verdict on them is really, really good. For the money, they have been exceptionally comfortable, lightweight, breathable, nice and cool for summer hiking. The longest trail I did in them was about 22 miles on a really hot day. I did get the start of a blister on my side here, but it didn't really amount to much, and they were comfy for that entire distance, and that was a pretty arduous trek with some really big hills along the way as well. So I've used them for a variety of casual walking, but also quite long distance trails as well, and they have been really good. In terms of wear, as usual for most shoes that I have, the tops are in fine condition, the laces are all fine. I can't see any obvious signs of real wear. There's a little bit of coming away from the main seam here, and the same on the other side, but nothing to cause any kind of trouble. The tread has worn pretty well, really. It's just that there's a bowl patch on each one at the front and the back. So there's still quite a lot of tread around that, so it's worn a bit unevenly. So I don't know if that's the train or just the way I wear them, but obviously every train is going to fit everyone slightly differently, so you're going to get kind of different wears depending on how you walk and your gait and all that kind of stuff. So that's not to say that you would have the same wear pattern or yours being even, but they've lasted pretty well. I mean, compared to my Mountain Warehouse budget trainers, which are about £22, these have worn a lot better. By about 150 miles, the Mountain Warehouse were completely bowled, holes in the bottom, just awful. These, you could realistically keep going on tarmac trails and stuff, no problem for quite a long time. They're still pretty comfy. Having said that, the other area of wear that's problematic is on the inside. Now, almost all trainers that I wear and wear out do wear around the backs here, and the kind of material wears off and you sort of hit hard plastics. Exactly the same's happened with these, but that's not been a problem. There's been no comfort issue, no pain, no blisters, nothing resulting from that whatsoever. What has been more of an issue is actually the insert on the right one. If I take this out, you'll see the back is worn away completely, so you've lost a lot of padding there. The front is worn better, but it's kind of worn through here, and what this means is like the innards keep sort of bobbling up and coming loose inside the trainer. So when you're walking, you start getting, it feels like you've got gravel in your trainers, but you've not. It's just the inside has started falling to bits, and you've got that underneath your feet, which is really annoying. You've got to keep taking them off and emptying them out. So this has been more of a problem than any other thing, really, and the reason why I'm going to retire them. And I've also got quite a few new pairs of trainers that I've got on Vinted to sort of wear out and stuff, and I've got just way too many hiking shoes and trainers, so I've got to start wearing through them and getting rid of them. So I'm trying to wear like one pair at a time. So yeah, that's been a bigger issue, and yeah, that wear on the back there, you can see that's going to take quite a lot of comfort away from your heel as you're walking. Now, as I'm sure you're aware, Aldi do often bring out the same kind of things each year. So at some point this year, they might bring out these again or something very, very similar. So my advice would be, for the right price, yeah, you're going to get about 200 miles, 230 miles out of them, depending on how you walk in them. These have done an awful lot of tarmac trails, a lot of cycle trails, country lane walking and stuff, so they've worn out more quickly than if you were just using them on grass and hiking trails. So do bear that in mind. You'd probably get nearer 300 miles out of them if you were just using them on softer surfaces, but I've worn them to try to wear them out. I've worn them on quite a few local walks around cycle lanes and stuff, and they have been very comfortable for those kinds of walks. If you are a casual walker and you walk a lot of tarmac paths, pavements, that kind of stuff, they are very comfy for that. Just bear in mind the tread's going to wear out quicker. but also obviously you don't need so much tread. So this level of tread is absolutely fine for normal walking on pavements and stuff. It's just perhaps a little bit of discomfort sometimes with the wear on the inside of them. If you look at my shoes playlist, you'll see I've worn out a couple of pairs of shoes now, so you can look at those and compare how well these did in comparison for the price I paid for them, how many miles I got out of them, and my general thoughts and feelings on them. If I saw another pair and they were $16.99, something like that, I would be very tempted to buy another pair, because for summer walking, for lightweight trainers, for comfort, for all day wear and stuff, they have been really, really good, and I'm pleased with the mileage I've got out of them. If you have found this video because they're back in store, hopefully this review has been helpful to you. I do review a lot of Aldi little hiking gear. I've reviewed their tents, sleeping bags, sleep mats, all sorts of different stuff in the past. So if you are interested in this kind of thing, do subscribe to the channel and drop this video a like if it's been helpful to you. I'm going to salvage the laces from these and then pop them in the bin, and I'm going to get on to my next hiking shoes, which I'm going to try and wear out, which will feature on the channel at a later date once I've worn those out. So do subscribe to catch up my future adventures, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.